Hey folks, Farmer Marshall here. I have a question for you. I've been doing videos for a while about gardening, whether it be vegetable gardening, fruit trees, and things. So, the question I have to ask for you is: are you growing anything? Are you planning on growing anything next year? Because I saw an article last month or last week about how wholesale prices of vegetables went up 40%. And that was just in the month of November. And it's not going to be getting better anytime soon. I'm not just trying to be doom and gloom. I try to be encouraging. But are you growing some food? Do you plan on growing food? If you're not worried about it because your money's real good, that's great. But there are many people in this country living paycheck to paycheck. And their paychecks is buying less and less when they go to the grocery store. They're struggling. What are your plans if prices go up another 50, 100%? You can grow food. Most of us can. Even if you don't have a huge yard, you can probably grow some food. Maybe if you just do a container garden on your deck. I have this space here. I have vegetables on my garden. I have fruit trees. Maybe you can consider growing a fruit tree. Once you plant a fruit tree and it gets mature, every year, more and more and more fruit. And they're pretty much carefree. My trees, I have one tree I water maybe once or twice a year. The rest of them, I just leave them. And they grow. And they produce free food each and every year. Now, no garden takes more work. That's one reason why I love a fall garden. Once you get them planted, you don't have to deal with nearly as many pests. You don't have to deal with as much heat, so you don't have to water as much. And they just tend to grow very well, if you're in the right area, of course. If you're in New York, you're not growing a vegetable garden unless you have a heated greenhouse. But my main thing is, can you grow something? Will you grow something? Because, the way things are now, you can handle what you need to handle now, but the world's going to do what it's going to do. Don't throw your hands up and say, I can't do it, if you haven't tried. If you haven't had any luck on gardening, watch some videos, read a book, go to a gardening center. A lot of information is free on how to grow. The information I give you here is free. All you got to do is press that play button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification button. If it's not with me, it can be with someone else. But prepare yourself for these food prices. If you're planning on doing a spring garden or summer garden, now's the time to start preparing. Especially if you don't have one. You got to find the right spot. Just go and get some sunlight. You don't want it under a tree. You want to be able to protect it from, like for me, I protect my garden from my dogs, because bear will destroy everything in here. Prince probably would too if you can get in here. Find a spot in your yard. Maybe find a spot on your deck that gets plenty of sun. Get some pots. I have some pots that I got, really big pots I got for free from a local nursery that had trees brought in. And they had all they weren't even old, they were just cheap plastic pots. I have trees in my greenhouse in those pots. I have other stuff on my deck in those pots I got for free. Now, sure, I had to buy some dirt, but what I'm going to get out of it is worth much more than the dirt, much more than the water I had to put in. So, my thing is, I'm just asking you, what are you going to do to help yourself? Because the world's only going to do so much for you. And as I always say, let's get out there, grow some food, and get outside and get a little dirty. Come on now, you can do it.